Long ago in medieval Britain, during a time of myth and magic, four of the most brilliant and powerful witches and wizards, Godric Gryffindor, Helga Hufflepuff, Rowena Ravenclaw, and Salazar Slytherin, came together with a shared vision to create a sanctuary where young magical children could safely learn to harness their powers. Each founder valued different traits. Gryffindor admired courage and daring. Ravenclaw celebrated intellect and creativity. Hufflepuff cherished kindness and loyalty, and Slytherin valued ambition and pure-blood heritage. They built a magnificent castle hidden deep in the Scottish Highlands and protected by countless enchantments. Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry was born, and with it, a legacy that would shape the magical world for centuries. Although Hogwarts flourished, differences among the founders began to deepen. Salazar Slytherin became increasingly obsessed with the idea of blood purity, believing that magical education should be reserved only for those from pure magical families. His view clashed with the more inclusive beliefs of the other founders. Tensions rose until Slytherin ultimately chose to leave the school. But before he left, he built a secret chamber deep within the castle, the Chamber of Secrets, hidden even from his friends. It was said to contain a monster that only his true heir could awaken, destined to purge the school of those he believed unworthy. Despite Slytherin's departure, Hogwarts continued to thrive. The enchanted sorting hat, created from Godric Gryffindor's own hat, and imbued with the magic of all four founder, sorted students into the four houses. The curriculum grew to include magical subjects such as transfiguration, potions, herbology, and defense against the dark arts. The school became a place of wonder and mystery, filled with secret passageways, enchanted staircases, and talking portraits. The Forbidden Forest loomed at its edge, home to magical creatures both dangerous and fascinating. Over time, Hogwarts established itself as the most respected school of magic in Europe. Centuries later, a gifted young wizard named Albus Dumbledore arrived at Hogwarts. Brilliant and curious, he excelled in all subjects and soon became a celebrated figure in the magical world. As a young man, Dumbledore formed a deep friendship with Gellert Grindelwald, a visionary with radical ideas about wizards ruling over muggles for the greater good. Their idealistic plans ended in tragedy when Grindelwald embraced dark power. The two friends faced off in a legendary duel that shook the wizarding world. Dumbledore, though victorious, was left with deep regrets. He returned to Hogwarts, eventually becoming its headmaster, and dedicated himself to guiding young minds with compassion and wisdom. In the 1920s, Tom Marvolo Riddle was born in a grim London orphanage. The son of a witch and a muggle, abandoned and unloved, he showed signs of powerful magic even as a child. He could speak to snakes, move objects without touching them, and instill fear in those around him. At age 11, he received his letter to Hogwarts. Sorted into Slytherin, Tom was a brilliant and charismatic student, but deeply secretive and manipulative. He sought knowledge about forbidden magic and began obsessing over power and immortality, determined never to be weak or forgotten again. At Hogwarts, Tom Riddle uncovered the dark secret of Horcruxes, magical objects used to hide pieces of the soul, allowing a wizard to survive death. Through murder, he tore his soul apart, creating multiple Horcruxes. He shed his old name and identity, transforming into Lord Voldemort, a name feared throughout the magical world. His appearance changed along with his soul. Pale skin, red eyes, and a serpent-like face. Voldemort vanished into the shadows, gathering followers known as Death Eaters and beginning his rise to power. Whispers of his return echoed across Wizarding Britain. Voldemort and his Death Eaters launched a reign of terror. They targeted Muggleborns, attacked magical institutions, and used fear as a weapon. The Ministry of Magic struggled to respond. In this darkness, Dumbledore reformed the Order of the Phoenix, a secret group dedicated to resisting the Dark Lord. During the chaos, a prophecy was made anew that foretold a child born at the end of July would possess the power to defeat Voldemort. Learning of this prophecy, Voldemort marked the child as his equal, Harry Potter. This decision would seal his fate. On the night of October 31, 1981, Voldemort found the home of James and Lily Potter. He murdered James, and then Lily, who died protecting her infant son. But when he cast the killing curse on Harry, the spell backfired. Lily's sacrifice created a magical protection that Voldemort had not foreseen. The curse rebounded, destroying Voldemort's body and ending his terror, at least for a time. The house was left in ruins. In the rubble, a baby with a lightning-shaped scar cried out. Harry Potter became known as the Boy Who Lived, a symbol of hope for the magical world. Unbeknownst to him, he carried a part of Voldemort's soul within him.
Harry, be safe. Be strong.
Raised by his unkind aunt and uncle, Harry knew nothing of his past until, on his 11th birthday, a giant named Hagrid delivered his Hogwarts letter. At school, Harry stepped into a world of magic. Made close friends like Ron and Hermione, and quickly became known for his bravery. During that year, he learned of the Philosopher's Stone, a powerful object hidden in the school, and faced many challenges to protect it. In the final chamber, Harry came face to face with a weakened form of Voldemort, who had possessed a professor. With courage and the help of his friends, Harry stopped him. But this was only the beginning. In Harry's 4th year, Hogwarts hosted the Triwizard Tournament, a dangerous competition between 3 wizarding schools. Strangely, Harry was entered against his will. He faced deadly trials, including dragons and a haunted maze. In the final task, he and Cedric Diggory grabbed a Triwizard Cup that turned out to be a portkey, transporting them to a dark graveyard. There, they were ambushed. Voldemort performed a dark ritual using Harry's blood, regaining his body in full strength. In a horrifying moment, Cedric was killed, and Voldemort returned to power. The wizarding world refused to believe it, but the Second War had begun. Only Harry and Dumbledore truly believed that Voldemort had returned. Others lived in denial, but the darkness was spreading. Dumbledore reassembled the Order of the Phoenix, a secret resistance group formed to stand against the Dark Lord and his Death Eaters. At Hogwarts, tension grew. Dumbledore began searching for Horcruxes, the secret to Voldemort's immortality. It was a dangerous mission that demanded courage and sacrifice. Eventually, a planned attack orchestrated by Draco Malfoy brought chaos to the school. In the Astronomy Tower, Severus Snape killed Dumbledore. The world saw betrayal, but the truth was far more complex. But Snape's act wasn't what it seemed. Long before that night, Dumbledore had asked Snape to kill him when the time came. A cursed ring had already doomed Dumbledore to a slow, painful death. He wanted to spare Draco the burden of murder and ensure Voldemort would trust Snape completely. Snape carried out the plan with anguish. It was a necessary sacrifice to protect the greater mission, finding and destroying the Horcruxes, and ultimately protecting Harry.
You must be the one to kill me, Severus. It is the only way.
Severus Snape's life was one of pain, love, and sacrifice. As a young man, he loved Lily Potter. When he lost her, he turned away from the darkness and secretly vowed to protect her son. Though he served as a Death Eater, he became a double agent for Dumbledore, risking everything. Before he died, he gave Harry a vial of his memories. Through them, Harry saw the truth: Snape's loyalty, heartbreak, and bravery. Harry realized Snape was one of the bravest men he had ever known. In his honor, Harry named his son Albus Severus. After Snape's death, Harry poured the collected memories into the pensieve. He was swept into a journey through Snape's life, his childhood loneliness, his friendship and love for Lily Potter, his regret, and his promise to Dumbledore. Harry finally understood that Snape had protected him all along, driven by love and guilt. It changed everything.
When you risk your life every day to protect the boy.
When Harry learned he was an accidental Horcrux, he knew he had to die for Voldemort to be mortal.
So when the time comes, the boy must die.
Alone, he walked into the Forbidden Forest to face his fate. He found strength in the spirits of his parents and lost loved ones. Voldemort cast the killing curse, but Harry didn't truly die. His selflessness broke the curse's power and shielded everyone at Hogwarts with love stronger than any spell. He returned from death, ready for the final duel. The final duel took place in the Great Hall. Voldemort, with all his might, cast deadly spells. But Harry revealed the truth. The Elder Wand, the most powerful wand, belonged to him, not Voldemort. When Voldemort cast the killing curse, the wand rejected him. The spell rebounded, and Voldemort fell. With his final Horcrux destroyed, his soul broke apart. At last, the Dark Lord was truly dead. The war was over. The wizarding world began to heal. Harry became an Auror. Ron helped run a joke shop with his brother, and Hermione worked for justice in the Ministry of Magic. Years later, Harry stood on platform 9¾ with his family, sending his own children to Hogwarts. The castle stood tall, a beacon of learning, friendship, and peace, where the legacy of love and bravery would live on.